Hello everyone. Today, I'm going to show you an incredible trick, transforming this old, seemingly useless fan motor into a powerful, versatile tool. You might think this motor is only good for driving fan blades, but I'll show you how to give it a completely new purpose, capable of both welding metal. I'm starting with a discarded fan motor. This is the heart of our project, and with a little ingenuity, we'll give it a new life. I'll begin by carefully disassembling it. Using a screwdriver, I'm loosening the external screws to access the internal components, which can sometimes be a bit stubborn from age and rust. Leave a comment and let me know which country you are watching from. It's great that we can connect and chat from all over the world. These parts are a bit stiff from age and rust, so I'm applying some WD-40. This helps to loosen any stubborn connections and lubricate the moving parts, making the disassembly much smoother. After a quick spray, I'll wipe away the excess grime and oil with a cloth to ensure everything is clean before proceeding. Now that the parts are cleaner and a bit looser, I'm continuing the disassembly. Next, I'm removing more screws to separate the motor's core components. It's important to keep track of all the small parts during this process. I'm removing the remaining screws and gently separating the motor's casing. This reveals the core components: the stator, with its copper windings, and the rotor. Carefully, I'm pulling them apart, taking care not to damage any of the delicate wires. With the motor fully apart, I'll take a moment to clean the casing pieces thoroughly, again using some WD-40 and a clean cloth. This ensures that any remaining dirt or rust is removed, providing a good base for our modifications. I'm also inspecting the stator, the stationary part with all the copper wire coils. I'm using a pair of pliers to carefully remove some of the existing internal wiring from the stator's coil. This step is crucial because I need to create space and prepare the coil for new connections, allowing us to repurpose its electromagnetic properties. Now for some crucial modifications to the stator itself. Next, I'm taking several white electrical wires, stripping their ends to expose the copper for optimal conductivity. Then, I'm carefully feeding these new wires into the stator's existing coil slots. I used pliers to twist the wire tightly onto the coil. I repeated the wire stripping process and always went to the opposite side of the stator coil. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any interesting ideas coming soon. To securely fix them in place and provide necessary insulation, I'm using a hot glue gun. It also helps to prevent any unwanted electrical shorts. Now, I'll prepare a section of PVC pipe. I'm measuring it to fit our design and then drilling 2 holes through it. This hole will allow us to pass wires through and create a second, larger coil. Now for the new coil. I'm taking a long piece of thinner, insulated wire and wrapping it tightly around the PVC pipe. The more turns I get, the stronger the magnetic field, which is crucial for our repurposed device. This precision winding is key to its functionality. Once coiled sufficiently, I secure the wire ends. To insulate and secure this new coil, I'm wrapping it tightly with red electrical tape. This is super important for both insulation and safety, preventing any accidental short circuits. I'll make sure to leave the ends of the wire exposed for later connections. With the new coil prepared, I'm integrating this newly created auxiliary coil into the motor assembly. I'm carefully placing it between the main stator and making sure its wires are accessible. The motor's original casing is now being repurposed to house this new coil, transforming it into a functional transformer. I'll ensure all parts fit snugly around the coil for optimal performance. I'm fastening the motor casing securely with the screws, making sure the entire assembly is robust. After this, I'm stripping some additional wire ends with a knife, preparing them for external connections. These will be the leads for our transformed motor. Next, I'm connecting the main output wires. I'm attaching 2 red wires to the appropriate terminals on the motor. It's important to ensure these connections are strong and properly isolated to prevent any issues. I'm using pliers to twist them securely. This ensures that the power can be safely transmitted to our various functions. After the connection was secure, I insulated the connection with red electrical tape. Proper insulation here is critical for safety. I repeated this wiring process with the remaining copper wire. It's important to ensure these connections are strong and properly isolated to prevent any issues. To make our device stable and easy to work with, I'm mounting it firmly on a wooden base. This prevents movement and ensures safety during operation. To prepare the electrical connection, I used a standard plug. I started by removing the plug and accessing the electrical pins. I stripped a piece of insulation off both the red and white wires. I then secured these wires to each electrical pin. I used a screw to make sure the connections were tight. Each connection must be tight and secure to ensure proper electrical flow. This intricate wiring is what allows our repurposed motor to function as a transformer. I'm retightening the plug, making sure the wires are securely fastened and the wires are neatly connected. Moving on to the remaining two wires, I stripped some of the insulation off the red wire in preparation for connection. I added an orange alligator clip to this wire. Connecting everything with alligator clips gives us maximum flexibility. Similarly to the remaining white wire, I added a black alligator clip and completed the circuit. I plug a power strip into the main motor unit's input, and then plug a light bulb into the power strip. As you can see, the light bulb immediately illuminates. This impressively demonstrates that our repurposed motor unit can effectively transform electrical input into usable power, much like a robust transformer. I'd set up to prepare for our next test. I'm bringing in 2 pieces of metal angle iron, which our device will help fuse together. This is where the real power comes in. Now, I'm connecting the welding rod to one of the red wires from the transformer using an alligator clip. This will be our positive terminal. I then used black alligator clips to connect to a piece of metal. This will be our ground terminal. Watch closely as I bring the rod to the metal. Sparks fly, and we see a clean, strong weld forming right before our eyes. This is truly amazing what a repurposed motor can do. This homemade device is quite powerful and functions effectively as a spot welder. I continue to demonstrate the welding capabilities on the metal, showing how easily it generates a sustained arc, melting the metal to create a strong joint. To show the strength of the weld, I use a hammer and a wire brush to clean the weld joint, removing the slag and revealing the fused metal underneath. Let's try that again. The sparks fly as the concentrated energy does its work. This highlights how effective and powerful a DIY tool can be when you understand the principles behind it. After the welding is done, I'm using a hammer and a wire brush to clean up the weld area. This removes any slag and reveals the strong fused metal underneath. Look at that! A solid weld accomplished with our homemade device. It's incredibly satisfying to see it work so effectively. This incredible multifunctional tool, made from a simple repurposed electric motor, proves that with a little creativity and understanding of basic electrical principles, you can achieve amazing things. If you enjoyed this project and found it inspiring, please give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below telling me what other unexpected tools you'd like to see me create. Don't forget to subscribe for more fantastic DIY ideas. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.